Collective, welcome back to another video. My name is Tamaria and I go by Tamaria Lakayye on all my socials, so feel free to follow me on your favorite one. Today we're going to go ahead and get into this Soul Companion Oracle deck. It's been a minute since I did one because the last one kind of pissed me off because I was like, damn, like, what is going on with love? You know what I'm saying? So I haven't done one in a while, but I'm being compelled to go ahead and do one of these. So we're going to go ahead and get into the energy and see what we have. As a reminder, as always, you can hit the 1.2 or the 1.5 to kind of speed up this little video so you can get through it a little bit faster. Thank you in advance for all the support, the likes, the shares, the comments, and all of that. Let's get into this. Let's get into this read. All right, so this is a returning energy for us. So we have joyful anticipation. All right, it says look forward to the future with joyful anticipation, plan your dreams together, set shared goals, and work towards a bright and fulfilling future. All right, so it does look like this is two women. All right, so this could be a relationship in the LGBTQ community. All right, or it could be a regular heterosexual relationship that is going to experience what was described on the card. All right, you guys are going to be very loyal to the commitment that you share. Excuse me. You're going to demonstrate loyalty by being faithful and devoted. Make your partner feel secure by prioritizing your relationship and showing up with consistent love and support. I love that for you. All right, you guys are going to have a boundless trust. All right, so you guys are going to cultivate boundless trust by being open and honest. Share your thoughts and feelings without fear and trust your partner's intentions and actions. All right, so we got a lot of females popping up on here. So far, there's not one masculine on any of these cards. So again, this could be some women that are bi or lesbians. All right, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna pull 3 more and see what we get. Lesbianas. All right, you guys are gonna have a resilient partnership. All right, more feminine energy out here. You guys are going to build resilience by facing challenges together, support each other through difficult times, learn from setbacks, and emerge stronger as a couple. All right, we got a masculine out here, right? Okay, with some loving harmony. All right, achieve loving harmony by balancing love and life. Prioritize your relationship. Create balance in your daily lives and nurture your bond with care. One more. All right, so we got shared purpose. All right, so you guys are going to share a purpose together, which is beautiful. All right, you guys are going to share trust together. You guys are going to be very resilient, very loyal. All right, you guys are going to be joyful to be around each other. So for the shared purpose, it says find a shared purpose by setting common goals. Volunteer together. What does it say? Volunteer together, pursue mutual interests, and support each other's passion. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have unconditional support. Offer unconditional support by being there for your partner no matter what. Show up during their highs and lows and be a steadfast pillar of strength. I know that's right. I know that's right. Reciprocation in these areas is a blessing to have somebody that you can share this sort of energy with, okay? It almost made me not even want to pull these tarot cards because I know it's gonna get how it be getting. It just made me want to go to these cards where I'd be like, divine, what's the good news? What's the good news? These are the whatever comes out news, okay? Let's see. Divine, what is going on for the collective, all right, that wants to experience this type of love? What are they doing? What could they do better? What should they know? What should they work on? What areas do they need to improve on to attract and align with this sort of partner? Let's see. All right, we got making choices out here. All right, you got to be careful about the choices you're making out here and make sure they're aligned with your soul and make sure it's something that you truly love and not just something that look good. Here we go. All right, too many choices. All right, people are having an issue with too many choices. All right, random thoughts, poor concentration, scattered energy. All right, maybe this person's out here putting their energy into every bit of this cup instead of just, or every one of these cups instead of just focusing on one task, one relationship at a time. All right. Let's see what we got. So we're just going to go ahead and clarify each card. So the first one we're going to clarify is going to be the joyful anticipation. All right, so joyful anticipation. Look forward to the future with joyful anticipation. Plan your dreams together. Set shared goals. Work towards a bright and fulfilling future. First card we got out here is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so maybe the collective is having a difficult time being joyful with anticipation and meeting a partner because of some financial struggles that they could be facing. All right, some missed opportunities, some poor budgeting. All right, some poor planning when it comes to their finances, when it comes to the things that they actually want to do to have a fulfilling future. Maybe you just haven't really sat down, thought about it, and or prayed about it, because this is something that is usually a blessing from God when you have it as an ace, all right? It's something you haven't maybe asked for. Maybe you haven't asked for a partner that you could have a fulfilling, fruitful, prosperous, abundant life for. So if you haven't asked for it, then you're not attracting it. All right. So you out here struggling to make ends meet with either people who are depending on you, or you're out here doing it on your own. All right. We're going to go ahead and clarify loyal commitment. But to kind of continue off of that, we do have the Six of Wands. Them is not no wands, my love. Those are swords. These are swords on here. We got the Six of Swords. All right, so you could be ready to travel away from a current situation that you're in to kind of get away from the rough emotional turmoil that you could be experiencing and get over into this side of, you know, calmer water. All right, from where they're at to where they're going, it looks like more opportunities. All right, so that could be where your mindset is at, because that is what swords are all about. It's about thinking, about communicating, all right? Generating ideas, you know, with Aries out here. Oh, that's not Aries. Oh my God, bro. This dyslexia be wanting to kick my ass, but I'm not gonna let it. I'm not. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna clarify loyal commitment. All right, so loyal commitment. All right, demonstrate loyalty by being faithful and devoted. Make your partner feel secure by prioritizing your relationship and showing consistent love and support. All right, this is all about cycles. All right, so Divine is saying, like, once you find this person and you know within your spirit, every season of life, you guys are going to be loyal to each other. I love that. I love that for you guys. Okay, listen, you guys are going to have good fortune, good luck, because you're going to set this idea behind having growth and expansion and being, you know, truthful with each other within this relationship. All right. And that's just going to change the game for you guys. It's going to open up a lot of new doors. All right. Being loyal to your person season after season after season after season. All right, helping each other to stay grounded as the seasons change. All right, being intuitive with each other and working towards the same destiny. I love that. All right, listen. Five of Swords in reverse. All right, we went from you wanting to move away with the Six of Swords to the Five of Swords in reverse, which is all about, you know, ending conflict, having a sort of mental resolution, washing away any mental sins, all right? Putting any malicious rumors that you may have created in your mind unknowingly about relationships and partners, ending that, all right? Not allowing your mind to slander, all right? The idea of you being in a relationship that will actually allow you to feel like your desires are being met and that your actions within this relationships are something that is beneficial for you. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify boundless trust. We got the King of Swords out here, so we're gonna have to have a lot of logic when it comes to setting up trust. All right, you guys are gonna have to be fair about you guys' boundaries. All right, when it comes to trust. All right, you guys are gonna have to be grounded within it and open to new ideas about trust. All right, but be very truthful and innovative about setting up this situation of trust for your relationship. All right, so yeah, you're gonna have to do some planning. All right, maybe in the past, right? Maybe in some of your current relationships, you didn't do a lot of planning when it came to setting up trust, right? Being open with each other, being honest, and sharing your thoughts and feelings without fear. Maybe that's something you kind of avoided, all right? Or you could have felt stuck and didn't really know how to plan or be true to yourself with how you felt, or you just didn't really take the right action to set all that up for yourself, is what I'm saying. All right. But once you do, then you and your partner have this energy, all right? Pentacles are about money, but they're also about just like your physical presence, your physical body, the energy that your body carries. And this is somebody that carries like an abundant energy, a strong leadership, all right? Somebody who's grounded within their energy, somebody who's generous with their energy, somebody who is energetically abundant and prosperous, all right? So once you set up that balanced trust, all right, then you guys can start to work on being open with each other energetically, like the energy of the King of Pentacles. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify resilient partner. Oh, I love this for you guys. You're going to be able to celebrate, all right? Because of your resilience and you guys being able to face a lot of challenges and support each other through the difficult times, all right? No matter the setbacks, it's going to emerge, you know, you guys stronger as a couple. All right, you guys are going to intertwine, all right? Emotionally, you guys are going to be nurturing. You guys are going to reap in a lot of good hobbies and a lot of good fortune. You guys are going to have a lot of happy times, a lot of celebrations, all right? You guys could be like creating your own traditions, or you could just be really like celebrating the regular traditions. All right, you could be having a lot of satisfaction. All right, this is also an energy with cups, being emotionally imbalanced. So your physical, your mental, and your spiritual also being intertwined. All right, this could also indicate, you know, childbirth. All right, friendship. So you and your partner is like, not only are you guys lovers, not only are you guys full of loyalty, but you guys celebrate together. All right, you guys appreciate the harvest that you guys cultivate. All right, you guys appreciate the experience that you guys are going through on a soul level. Okay, I love that. It's giving like maybe in the past you could have been with people who didn't necessarily see your value, who didn't really put any respect on your energy. All right, they didn't put any respect on your dreams. All right, they didn't help you, they didn't applaud for you or anything like that. That's three threes out here so far. We got the Three of Wands in reverse, the Three of Cups, and then we got the Three of Pentacles out here. So threes are all about collaboration. All right, so you could have had some rough collaborations in the past, but once you really come across somebody who's going to be your resilient partner, then it's going to be definitely a moment to celebrate. Okay, let's clarify loving harmony. All right, so we got the Eight of Pentacles. It is on the right, so we're going to take it in the upright. All right, so loving harmony. Achieve loving harmony by balancing love and life priorities within your relationship. Create balance in your daily lives and nurture your bond with care. All right, listen. The Eight of Pentacles is all about energetic harmony. All right, Eight is all about balance. All right, it's all about putting in that work, you know what I'm saying, until you are satisfied with the results of what it is that you've been working on. All right, this is having the education and like the craftsmanship to want to be able to improve on your relationship, on yourself, on your energy. All right, being dedicated. All right, persevering through, you know, the moments too where you don't feel like working on it, but you still know it needs to get done, because that's how you create consistent habits. That's how you create healthy boundaries with each other. All right, is by showing up consistently and doing the work. Yeah, it's by doing the work. All right, again, the Four of Swords in reverse is all about somebody who is getting to the work. All right, they didn't had all of the time that they need to heal, all right, in order to get themselves together, and so now they're ready to get back out there mentally, all right, physically, all right, ground themselves within doing whatever it is that they love with who they love. Okay. Okay, so the next one we're clarifying is the shared purpose. All All right, so I'm picking up on this energy right here. You could have had some people in your past to where you could be reflecting on that, like how you guys didn't share a purpose and how that was a stressful situation for you guys. Because it's like, how are we going to build a life together when you going one way and I'm going another way? All right, you could have been very like independent, or you could have been very codependent, either or. All right. And so that could have left people with a sense of guarded energy within this situation, and maybe some insecurities, all right, because you guys weren't sharing a purpose together. So there wasn't a lot of necessary intention on, you know, having goals and being there for each other and supporting each other's passions. Let's see. Yeah. Again, a lack of support with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. All right, you guys could have been through some situations to where your intuition just wasn't as strong. All right, maybe you could have did a lot of healing, a lot of self-reflecting. All right, maybe there could have been like situations where you and your partner was hiding things from each other. All right, you guys weren't true with intentions. A lot of energy in the past where there wasn't equal give and take. All right, this is the second six out here. So we got the Six of Cups and then the Six of Pentacles as well. So maybe you guys were, you know, in these relationships where you were putting yourself in debt. They were stingy with their energy, stingy with their body, stingy with their love. All right. After a while, you just didn't even recognize this person. After you got thoroughly entangled with them, there could have been some envy that was going on between the relationship. All right, within the relationship. All right, you just realized that partnering up with this person was like the bad idea and it put you in the wrong mindset. All right, there could have been a lot of arguments, a lot of hatred, you know, a lot of difficult separations. Okay, because nobody was wanting to do the right thing to take care of the home, all right, to take care of the spirit of the house and the situation that was going on. All right, leaving you feeling like something was missing. All right, like you weren't able to really tap into your creative self and be the highest version of yourself with these past connections, past people. All right, you knew that you were a star and you knew that you needed to do some sort of healing in order to see yourself again. All right, so you could have just started looking at things from a different perspective in order to try to kind of get out of a rigid way of thinking. All right, so that you could do whatever you needed to do to break up the situation and go through the healing journey. All right, so that you can end this cycle. All right, so that you can end this cycle and actually attain the alignment that you wanted and that you stayed up for, you know, hoping for would come to you. All right, you wanted to end that journey of toxicity and just really get into the energy of abundance. All right, get into the energy of aligning with your highest version of self in life and love and luxury. I love that. I love that. All right, Divine. What good news do you have for the collective concerning the work? It looks like there's a lot of realization going on about why things didn't work out in the past and what you can do as far as choices and options to make it work for future relationships. Jesus. This card didn't even fall. It landed right on the desk. Okay, let's see. All right, you guys. So we got this, let's see. All right, so first card that popped out is the Death card. All right, so in order to get into alignment, you do have to allow the old versions of yourself to die off. All right, the old behaviors, the old thought processes, the old patterns, the old tactics, all right, that you thought would work in your old relationships. They didn't work, so you have to allow those versions of yourself and your experience to die. All right, confirmation with this 10 of swords popping out. You have to allow this situation to just, you know, the situations of the past to just be what they were. All right, you can't allow those past experiences to make you feel like, oh, I've been defeated. All right, oh, I've been so hurt in these past situations that I've been in that I just don't even trust that anybody or anything can love me the way that I feel like I deserve to be loved. All right, you could be moving. All right, you could be getting a message from someone, expressing something to you. All right, communication could be coming in from a new person, a new partner, a new situation, a new opportunity, or again, you could be traveling. While you're traveling, you can meet someone. All right, or you could just be getting intuitive information that is coming to you about making changes, about how you want to set up the boundless trust in your future relationships. All right, and then we have the Knight of Swords. All right, so it's like you're ready to leap into this journey. All right, you're ready to go on this adventure. You're ready to, you know, gain a new perspective about what it is to be a resilient partner. All right, you're ready to start looking at things, and you're ready to start looking at things and switching up the way you think about them relatively fast. All right, so you're in this energy of just being very creative. All right, when it comes to you developing ideas and emotions in a spirit about having a loving harmony type relationship. All right, full of passion, full of protection, full of guidance, full of chemistry. All right, full of beauty as well. All right, and then again, we do have this 10 of Pentacles back out here. All right, so a shared purpose, you guys sharing a purpose together is going to bring in a sense of wealth. All right, you guys sharing a purpose and sharing a purpose for the Most High, doing the work of the Spirit of good. It's giving big bag, okay? It's giving big legacy. It's giving big inheritance, all right? But you're just going to have to stay grounded again, all right, as you're deciding to make these choices to be this newer version of yourself. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so communication coming in again. All right, so you could have somebody reaching out to you, or you could have someone on social media who may be interested in you. Maybe they liking your pictures. All right, maybe they sliding in your DMs. All right, but just stay open. There could be some important messages. Again, this could be related to travel, or it could just be an internal message within yourself. All right, from your higher self, all right, from your guides, from your ancestors, from the divine, from the Most High. All right, don't allow the communication to confuse you. Don't allow the information to confuse you because of you not having all of the answers. All right, just stay positive. All right, maybe you have to do a little bit of fishing for information. All right, maybe you have to do a little bit of work and studying up on, you know, some of the things that you're not familiar with when it comes to having a stable relationship. Maybe you have to, you know, get out of the energy of looking at those videos on social media that kind of, you know, tear the other gender down, and just start doing some work where it's like, You're looking up information on how to have a healthy relationship, all right? So that you don't have to be confused about the communication that could be coming in from your potential partner or this new idea of your potential self, all right? You have to allow those toxic ways that, you know, sometimes we get stuck in mentally, emotionally, and even physically. All right, we have to allow those to kind of die out, all right, so that we can become a resilient person to attract a resilient partner. All right, yeah, you have to not allow ignorance as a means to keep you from being in alignment with coming across a loving harmony, all right, within yourself and within partnership, all right? And then you could have a bright idea that you share with someone, and that's going to spark, you know, a lot of clarity and direction on where you guys can share a purpose. And then on the bottom of the deck, we do have this shared joy, all right? Or I said shared joy. You guys are going to share joy. You guys are going to have a lot of celebrations together, okay? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it right there. And that is it for this Soulful Connection read. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Bye.